himself. Apparently, she's been staying with her parents ever since. Word is, he caught her cheating on him too. I couldn't help it. I laughed. Not just a chuckle, but a full-on can't-catch-my-breath laugh. Karma doesn't always work quickly, but when it does, it's poetic. Wait, I said, still grinning. She cheated on Chase? With who? Some guy from her gym, Nate said. Apparently, they'd been hooking up for weeks. Chase found out and threw her stuff out on the lawn. One of his neighbors took a video of it and posted it online. I shook my head, half in disbelief and half in satisfaction. Send me the video. Nate didn't even hesitate. Within seconds, I had a link to a grainy clip showing Chase tossing garbage bags full of Kendra's belongings onto the grass while she stood there, crying and yelling at him. He didn't say much, just pointed at her car and shouted something about her needing to leave before he called the cops. It was a mess. A perfect, karmic mess. I realized how it was so blatantly obvious that her pattern of self-destruction was finally catching up with her. Guess she's not as smooth as she thinks she is, I said, smirking. That's an understatement, Nate replied. Dude, it's wild. Everyone's talking about it. Even her little social media crew is turning on her. Taylor hasn't posted anything defending her since it happened. Taylor, Kendra's self-proclaimed best friend, had been one of the loudest voices trashing me online after the breakup. She'd posted all kinds of vague, passive-aggressive nonsense about fragile men and how real women intimidate the weak. I'd ignored it, of course, because engaging with her wasn't worth my time. Figures, I said. Taylor's all about appearances. She's not going to stick her neck out for Kendra if it makes her look bad. Exactly, Nate said. Anyway, just thought you'd want to know. Karma's doing its thing. We wrapped up the call, and I spent the rest of the evening replaying the video a couple more times, each time feeling a little less guilty for enjoying it. The days that followed were interesting, to say the least. I started hearing from more mutual friends, most of them either apologizing for doubting me or trying to dig for details about what had happened between me and Kendra. I kept it short and simple. She crossed a line. I ended it. That's all there is to it. The truth is, I didn't feel the need to explain myself anymore. People could think what they wanted. The ones who mattered knew the truth, and the rest? Not my problem. For now, I'm just planning to clear my head from all this mess, but I have a feeling that Kendra won't easily move on. Final update. Hey guys, I wasn't planning on posting an update, but something happened recently that I feel like I need to get off my chest. For those of you who followed my last post, you know I kicked Kendra out of my life after everything she pulled. The slap, the cheating, the manipulation. It was all too much, and I wasn't about to let her walk all over me anymore. Life's been solid since then, peaceful even. But of course, Kendra wasn't done yet. Last week, she showed up at my house. Yeah, you read that right. I wasn't expecting it. I hadn't heard from her in months, and I assumed she was off doing whatever it is people like her do when their life falls apart. I was sitting on the couch, halfway through a documentary, when there was a knock at the door. It was late, close to 10 p.m., and I wasn't expecting anyone. I opened the door to find her standing there. She looked rough, hair messy, eyes puffy, makeup smeared like she'd been crying the whole way over. She wasn't her usual composed, confident self. This was a different Kendra, one I barely recognized. Adam, she said, her voice shaky. Please, I need to talk to you. I didn't even let her finish. No, I said, stepping back to close the door. Wait, she cried, holding the door frame. Please, just hear me out. I've been thinking about everything, and I know I messed up, but I've changed. I need you to know that. I stared at her, my hand still on the door. Kendra, I don't know what part of "we're done" you didn't understand, but nothing you say is going to change that. She started crying harder, her voice breaking. I know I hurt you, okay? I know I screwed up, but I've been going to therapy, journaling, working on myself. I've been trying to fix everything I ruined. I shook my head. Good for you, but that's not my problem anymore. Her tears didn't stop. Adam, please, I love you. I never stopped loving you. I didn't know how to handle things back then. I got lost. I laughed, a short, sharp sound that made her flinch. Lost? You didn't get lost, Kendra. You made choices. You cheated, you lied, and you slapped me. None of that was an accident, and none of it was my fault. So don't stand here and act like I owe you anything. Can't we just talk? She begged, her hands clasped together like she was praying. Just for a few minutes? No, I said firmly. We have nothing to talk about. Whatever you think we had, it's over. It's been over since the moment you decided to betray me. Her face